Hey there, movie maniacs. I'm Chris. Welcome back to another episode of my Tales from the Crypt series. Last video was episode 2 of season 1, and all through the house. This episode is going to be season 1, episode 3. Dig that cat, he's real gone. Now, this episode concerns a sideshow performer named Ulrich, played by Joe Pantoliano. He's approached by this eccentric doctor who proposes an experiment. So he has these glands surgically removed from a cat and injected into his brain, and now in exchange for some of the profits. He has 9 lives, so he takes the dog's money, and him and the dog go into business together with a contract. So he gets his share of the money. Now, Ulrich gets the idea. Well, he can make a living out of doing this, so he decides to carry this over into performances in front of audiences. So he goes to the sideshow owner, Barker, played magnificently by Robert Wuhl, to make money off of these performances. So each performance, he will die in a certain way, and then supposedly he's supposed to come back, And he knows well that he only has a limited amount of lives anyway that he can do it. So he's going to try to make as much money as possible. So he engages in different performances and different ways of dying, such as getting shot with an arrow. Being electrocuted, being drowned. He even gets stabbed in the back. Until eventually he realizes he's down to like his last life. So he schedules to be buried alive for his last life. But unfortunately he realizes he forgot that when the cat was killed after being having his glands removed to be given to him, the cat lost that life. So he only had 8 lives instead of 9. So yeah, it doesn't end well for him. So he realizes, yep, he's in deep shit. So this episode is directed by Richard Donner of the Lethal Weapon franchise. Steve Cahan, who plays the captain in the movies, plays a father who attends one of the performances with his son. Yes, there are some great performances in this episode. Joe Pantoliano is awesome. There is some black humor in it. It's funny. It's very dark. Kathleen York is great in this as his mistress. And I think the big standout to me also, and a lot of the other fans agree, Robert Wuhl as the Barker, as those ringmaster, whatever. It's the use of fake mustaches that he has. It's very funny. He has a lot of great funny lines in it. It's just terrific. Actually, I want to read some of the reviews actually by some of the users that have seen this episode. And I'm gonna do the same for the rest of the episodes. I'm sorry I didn't do it for the past 2 episodes. I just kind of thought of this. Let's see here. I'm gonna check hide the spoilers. So we don't do any spoilers. Here's some of the positive ones. I think it's mostly positive anyway. Dig That Cat. This is one from Claudio from back in about 10 years ago. Dig That Cat, He's Real Gone is one of the funniest shows that tells in the Crypt. The black humor is top notch, and the witty tale of 9 lives and greed has a macabre conclusion. Let's see. This one is from the Scott Man back in 2006. This is my favorite episode of the whole series, and it has the best jokes throughout the whole show, and it has nothing short of horror. Joe Pantoliano plays Ulrich, a bum who meets Dr. Emil and Manfred. So we'll skip that. A wonderful story of betrayal, greed, and murder. It's really hard for Tales from the Crypt to top this episode. They set the bar with this one and had the rest try to meet it, but few of them did. This is probably the best episode to introduce yourself with Tales from the Crypt if you don't know what it's about already. If you like this episode, you'll love the rest of the series. And if you don't, then no hard feelings. The show really isn't for you. Here's another one. Let's see. Joey Pants steals the show. Good twist ending, although fairly predictable. There's another one from Tom Nelson, I want to say, back in 2007. If you want to see the show that really defines great Tales from the Crypt, this is it. The episode is about... let's see. The acting in this was so fantastic. Joey Pants was great as Ulrich, the Undying. Kathleen York gave her great over the top performance, which worked considering everything was so over the top. But the best performer in this was definitely Robert Wuhl, who was absolutely hysterical as the ringmaster, always changing his mustache, putting on a fake happy face to get an audience. This story could probably fit in an hour easily and not seem too long. But the way it's done, it is extremely fast-paced with excellent direction by Richard Donner of the Lethal Weapon franchise. I highly recommend you see this excellent Crypt entry. It's great. Let's see. Here's another one from Bellino and Angelo from last year. The episode begins. Let's see. This episode was very good until the ending, and I was even scoring it an 8. But the ending was a letdown, especially when Ulrich found out in the grave that the cat's life was counted as 1. It could have been better if he would have found out about it like midway in the episode. And the epilogue by the Cryptkeeper was a bit annoying this time, as he kind of spoiled what we could have seen in the story. Still, however, an okay episode, better than the previous one, All Through the House. I disagree, actually. I think they're both really good. There's another one from Trevor from a couple years ago. I'm new to Tales from the Crypt, as I don't have much to compare this to, but I thought it was an amazing episode. There's another one from Mattress Man. Let's see. With a wonderfully macabre sense of humor and a deliciously evil twist, due to that cat, he's real gone, delivers what Tales from the Crypt always promises: entertainment. And that's true. Very true. Shelley from just March of this year, her review. The first season of Tales from the Crypt is only 6 episodes long, and most of them are well-known classics. This episode, however, isn't as famous as some of the others, which is weird because the story is strong. The editing in particular is from another planet. Definitely one of the more underrated episodes of the show. Yeah, the editing, when they go from frame to frame, is the transition, and they have like this weird transition where it goes from one scene to another. See, that's about it for the positive ones. Only like 1 or 2 negatives. Let's see, where's the here? Maybe this is the only one that was really kind of negative. Unlike the prior 2, but this is from Plankton from last year. Unlike the 2 prior episodes from Tales from the Crypt, this one is far less serious in tone and is actually a dark comedy. In addition to Joe Pantoliano playing a doofus, Robert Wuhl and others provide additional doofus color to the episode. You can't take it the least bit seriously, as the show never does. Mildly entertaining and silly and worth a look. I disagree. Yeah, it's funny, but there is a serious tone to it because you have this guy who gets greedy and he resorts to murder in order to boost his profits and everything. So it gets dark. It's not over the top funny or doofus. Hilarious. There's some dark moments in it. So I kind of disagree with that. But yeah, that's some of the reviews from the users that without really giving much spoilers to it. But yeah, this is a fun episode. Joe Pantoliano, Robert Wall, Kathleen York. But yeah, if you haven't seen this episode, check it out. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be reviewing Only Sin Deep, which stars Leah Thompson. But thanks again for checking out my videos. I really appreciate you guys watching them. Subscribe, please subscribe if you haven't already. That would really help me out a lot. Don't forget to like and hit that like button. Comment down below if you've seen this episode. What are your thoughts on it? But that's it. I love you guys. You're the reason why I make these videos. I hope you enjoy them. I'll see you next time. Love you and have a great night.